Hello everybody, Dylan here, Space Cadet Crypto. Thank you for joining me in today's video. We're going to be talking about crypto.com coin and its recent crazy fluctuation prices. Right now, a lot of altcoins are pumping and there's a lot of volatility in the markets because of Bitcoin's volatility these last couple of days here. And if you haven't already checked out my video that I released yesterday on my Bitcoin price prediction to 70K by the end of May, take a look at it right now. Go to my channel, like and subscribe if you haven't already. But in that video, I talked about how this fractal that I got right here, which was a fractal of this downward momentum right here in this area, where we had consolidation here and then we had a giant move to the upside. This area that I drew in red is the same exact pattern right here. This pattern is the same pattern right here that leads us to this 70K price target. And it's amazing because it all follows the same exact resistance areas here, just in a little bit of a bigger scale here, but it's following all the same areas of this support here and resistance here, getting rejected back here and coming back down for another area of retest once we have more momentum and more volume in the markets here for cryptocurrency and for Bitcoin. But as far as Bitcoin is concerned, it is still in this consolidating range where it's been trading here from 58K down here to 52K right here in this region, where we're going to see most likely some more price action the next couple of days here until we break out here. Estimated price target breakout day would be the 12th of May. So in a couple of days here, and then in a week's time, we should see that breakout here, confirm test, and to move to the upside, going back into this ascending triangle, this ascending wedge pattern. But that's just for it for Bitcoin right now. We saw that it played perfectly. I was talking about it here when it made this giant move to the downside, and I said tomorrow we could see a move to the upside here, maybe with another move to the downside here, creating this small W pattern here, and then also creating it from a bigger W pattern of a lower low and then a higher low here. So that's very exciting news here. If we can keep our momentum here in this range trading here, and we do not break this ascending support line that should be printing out in this area, we could create another another ascending triangle here, which is a very bullish pattern, and it will most likely break to the upside where we see a price target back in this range here of $67,000 or $65,000, breaking our previous all-time high. So it's very exciting news for Bitcoin. If this fractal does play out like it did in the past and we see this pattern play through, we can see by the end of May here a $70,000 Bitcoin. I don't know if you can see that, but $70,000 right here, and a perfect retest of this ascending wedge. So very exciting news. But let's get right into crypto.com coin, because it has seen some increased volatility, more volatility than a lot of other coins at the moment. And let's take a look at that. So we do have, hold on one second, let me just erase this thing right here. But we do have here exactly how I predicted here. When we look at this, last time I covered crypto.com coin, it was creating the symmetrical triangle. And usually it's a bullish pattern here because it came from an area of strength moving towards the upside, right? We're gaining. But I said obviously symmetrical triangles, they can either break up or down, but just because it was moving to the upside and creating this, it was more likely to break to the upside. But since we did see another drop in Bitcoin's price, we saw the same thing happen in crypto.com. And also since we saw a lot of resistance in this area right here of around 19 cents, we saw a lot of resistance in this area. So every time we kept getting touched, we touched this area of resistance here, almost breaking out this time, but ultimately another rejection here. We're looking at maybe inverse head and shoulders pattern, but ended up getting rejected, and we ended up just forming this smaller symmetrical triangle, which ended up breaking to the downside and perfectly hit our target here. Because if we take a look right here, the height from here from the symmetrical triangle, we place it where the breakout would be, right here where it broke out. We found a exact move here to the downside where we saw this first wick right here at 16 cents, and we did see a bit more of volatility coming back down here, but ultimately came back up to retest this area here. And this was previous support here as well, right here when we've had our first drop. And I said before, right here when we dropped, we had different levels, because the main part of trading is verifying your levels, knowing where the price is going to be fluctuating in, and where the moving averages are in where the price is moving. So here we had a huge area of consolidation here for crypto.com. Then we had our second level here where we had more consolidation that's taking place right now. And here we had our last level here that we had consolidating back over here in March. And we did a quick retest of that and then came right back up to it. So now we're just stuck here trading in this range here between 17 cents and 19 cents for the past a week or 2 weeks right about now. But we did find another retest of this support box here, and then also again here, and we broke back into our channel here of trading between that 17 and 19 cents, which is a good thing. We wanted to see that. And we also saw on the RSI it was really oversold here, so we found a nice quick bounce back to the market in this price range in our RSI. So now it's near a little bit oversold region, but not too much. And we also see here our EMA ribbon, we are coming back to retest this area as support once again. So if we can make it above here in the 18 cents region, we have a better chance of going here and retesting this area of resistance, which we tested time and time again. So that's what it's looking like. And also here, if we create a higher low, right, we actually are looking like we can create a W pattern here, which is very exciting. We do see our W here. Our neckline is a very pronounced neckline right here of this resistance box where we found a lot of rejections in this area. And then our second bottom here, our lower low and our higher low here, and that would actually give us a price target. Let's take a look at that from this area of support to the area of resistance over there. If we take this to the upside, break it from the neckline, would bring us back up here to that 22 cent region, 23 cent region, where we would most likely find some more, some more resistance in this area right here, testing this area, and then maybe start trading in this range in the next couple of days or so. It just all depends on Bitcoin's price, but right now a lot of altcoins are pumping, so we are seeing way more altcoin dominance in the charts. And especially for crypto.com, we should see some increased volatility within the next couple of days. Remember, Cardano was in the same boat here. Let's actually take a look at Cardano just really quickly, because we saw the same play out of the symmetrical of a ascending triangle right here, right, where we have an ascending support with a horizontal resistance. We have since broken out of that, but this major pattern right here of this double bottom could bring us back up into this pattern. Very bullish if this does happen, but we have to keep monitoring the price, and hopefully we do not get rejected again at this area here of 19 cents. If we do, I see further price action here on this secondary ascending channel right here. But let's look at Cardano just because it kind of looks pretty similar here to Bitcoin's price. I mean to crypto.com's price. So we had this ascending triangle right here and moving upwards, and we broke out of it, and now it has broken back in, and look at that, just a huge move to the upside from lows of last week 93 cents to now $1.50. Crazy move. Let's measure that move here. Yeah, just like a wow, a 62% move. So very big news for Cardano. I also have a lot of Cardanos, so this is very pleasing to see, especially after months of consolidation. Look, this is where people give up. They see consolidation here for what, since the 27th of February at the high of $1.47 to lows of $1.09 and lows of 89 cents or 90 cents here, and then coming back here and retesting this area. And look, now we're retesting highs from just a couple weeks ago here. So remember, these are just rallies that were cut too short because of the Bitcoin dump when we're about to break out here, but see a huge dump to the downside. Same thing with crypto.com. We look back at this chart too. We're about to break our previous high. We actually ended up overcoming our previous high here at 25 cents, and then huge dump. And now crypto.com, since the volume is lower right now, we are seeing in like a longer frame of consolidation here in this lower range, right? We're trading this lower range, then moved to this range, then this range, stayed up in this higher range here just for a little bit before coming back down here, and now trading in this lower range. So we have to conquer this region between 22 cents and 19 cents to come back up into this region. So that's what it's looking like for the crypto.com to USD tether price. This is the 4 hourly. Let's look on the 6 hourly. 6 hourly, we're also kind of in the middle on the RSI, not oversold, not overbought. But remember, here there was a clear signal that it was a great time to buy. Right here at this low on the RSI, same area right here at 16 cents. Since then, that move to the upside just from buying the low here was about a 13% increase. So not a bad increase at all, especially if you're using leverage on some exchanges to trade these altcoins. You can definitely increase your your gains with that leverage trading. But yet again, not financial advice. But we do see this double bottom potentially forming right here. If we do have a confirmation of this break through this neckline at this resistance box, we can see further move here as support on this 19 cent. That's what we want to see, 19 cent as support. And then a further move to the upside here, confirming the price target of this double bottom W pattern here at 22 cents. So it's very exciting to see here. But let's check also now right here. Let's go on the daily real quick and look at our EMA ribbon here on the daily. We still are not oversold or overbought. Well, we are a little bit oversold here. We're on the lower range on the RSI for our daily, which is a great thing to see. We can see in the next couple of days some more movement to the upside here. We have plenty of room. But as you can see, we do have here decreasing volume here, which is good to see here. We're starting to get some green candles here, more buying volume, less selling volume. As we saw here, this was confirmed sell-off because we saw an increase in the red volume candles. And also once you see just like this, how we saw a couple red volume candles and then just a bunch of red volume candles and then an increase of this one right here, that's a definite confirmation that we are breaking to the downside, where we saw this huge move to the downside right here. So for crypto.com on the daily, the right here, the EMA ribbons are also acting as resistance here. Came back up to touch it, also in the same area, confluent with our resistance box here, which was previous support. Came back down here, and now we're gonna retest here in the next couple of days here. That's what it's looking like for crypto.com. We were at almost 19 cents today, 18.54, but we do see a bearish wick here on the top, right? Our body here is mostly here to the bottom, but we do see more head than actually body here. But the candle still has 10 hours left to close the daily candle. Let's look at the weekly real quick too. It's always good to zoom out on these time frames too, just so you can see a better picture of where the price action would be heading in the next coming days to weeks. Because remember, it's not always just about what's going to be happening tomorrow or the day before that or the day after, but also we have to look a little bit farther in advance too, which is always good to help. And we actually did see a nice touch when we did have that massive drop, which is another reason why it was a great time to buy, because we saw a lot of confluence here. We saw our support box here, which is also in the same exact area of our golden ratio pocket, our 0.618 to 0.65, and then also that huge wick, just a huge wick here, a huge tail here on this candle, which is very bullish here. We had a huge move to the downside, but then we ended up closing here. So we opened at 20 cents for the week, ended up going all the way down to 13 cents, and then closed at 18 cents. So very, very volatile here. And we do see our wicks coming here and having a retest, it looks like, right? If we move here, coming here, come back up to retest, it is looking very good in the charts. In the long term, we still are kind of oversold here. So, I mean, overbought in this area. So just be careful, looking out on that for the next couple of days. But as you can see here, we were in this overbought area for a long time, for like 4 or 5 weeks. So nothing too much to worry about for crypto.com. Let's look at crypto.com compared to Bitcoin. Let's go back to the 4-hourly. Whoa. All right, my charts are being weird right now, but okay, there you go. So as you can see, actually, if I take this out more, yeah, it looks like we did retest this area here as support yet again. So it is looking like it could be now a descending triangle here with our horizontal support right here, and then our right there descending resistance here. That's what it looks like it could be playing out. We could have another fake out, but we do see here a drop to the downside, and we saw another retest of this support box here, like we did here when we saw the Bitcoin dump on the 23rd of April. And we are seeing a lot of resistance here too compared to the Bitcoin price, as the EMA ribbon is acting as resistance here. So be on the lookout for that. We still are oversold on the RSI, so we are making our way up here to this overbought territory, which is good to see. But that is pretty much it for this video. I just want to make another update on crypto.com and its recent volatility, but we had another nice bounce off of the support. But remember, just the bear scenario, I know a lot of people don't want to hear the bear scenario, but I have to be, you know, transparent in these charts. We do see, if we do test this region a couple more times, remember, the more times we test an area of support, the easier it is for it to turn into resistance, and vice versa too. The more times we test an area here at resistance, the more likely it is for us to break through and move on to its next region of support and resistance here in this upper level. But that being said, we have had a lot of touches here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here on this resistance so far, 5 if we include this one coming up, and then we've had here 3 so far in this area. So it looks like it can break to the upside or downside any day now. But remember, if we do end up breaking this 16-cent support, our next target for maybe potentially putting it long would be here at this 14-cent region. And then if we do break this 19-cent region, we have to find that confirmation of the breakout, right, by having this as support, flipping this as support. And we also want to see a lot of buying volume here. So an example of that would be, if we look here on the volume candles, this huge spike here in the red candle is a confirmed breakdown of the price, right? And if we look at it, what happened here, we had a move from here all the way down to here, right? And the same thing with this green candle right here. That means it's a nice confirmation breakout. We have a lot of buying volume coming in, which was this move from here to here. So we want to see another giant candle wick cluster like this, whether it be to the downside, a lot of red candles, or to the upside, a lot of green candles. But we want to see a big wick, kind of like this one, right? We want to see one like this, this, and this. So these are just one of the tools you can use to see a confirmation in an uptrend. Because remember, fake outs are very common in the crypto space, especially with a lot of manipulation that goes on during the weekends and all that stuff. But we do want to see a confirmation of these candles right here in the volume, just to add to your arsenal as well. But we do see here kind of like right here a descending broadening wedge, which is a reversal pattern, and we're also kind of seeing starting to retest that. And you also can draw patterns here on the RSI as well to see potential breakouts, and this is a bullish pattern, so we could see continued movement to the upside too, which is another reason why I think crypto.com is going to be bullish in the mid to long term here, coming back and retesting these areas of support yet again. But that is it for this video. Remember, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and that is it for this video. Peace out.